Okay guys, so in the previous video I talked about you showing competitors' houses that make great buy-to-let deals or great owner-occupiers. I'd like to just focus in on the great buy-to-let deals. They're going to all sound the same, nothing to worry about there, just keep dripping them out. But if you really want to take this to the next level and go advanced with your buy-to-let deals, I want you just to do them for a good 5 or 6 months. And then, be it in the written format or the video, I'd like you to do this advanced technique. I only want you to do this after 5 or 6 months, and I want you to only do this probably on every third or fourth buy-to-let deal. This does work better on video, but it can, if you're subtle, work quite well on the written stuff. And it goes as follows. I'll show it to you on video, it's much easier. So you're standing outside the buy-to-let deal, and remember it's the 3-stage process, as we know. Stage 1 is intro, stage 2 is the facts and figures, and stage 3 is I love it because. And you're just going to drop in this. Now where you drop it in, you might want to drop it in at the start, you might want to drop it in at the end, it doesn't really matter, but you'll go as follows. So I'll tell you what, let's just make it up as we go along. Story of my life. If you are a Grantham buy-to-let deal, have I got something for you? I'm standing outside a 2-bedroom terraced house. It's just come on the market with Connells at 89,950. It's got a lounge, dining room, double glazing, gas central heating. It's on the market for 89,950. She'll rent for £500 a month, which is a cracking yield of 7.2%. I think this is a cracking buy-to-let deal because it'll sell well, let well. And interestingly, before I go, I was talking to a landlord the other day who comes from Barkston, which is a little village in Grantham, just make it up. And he was asking me whether he should buy a 2-bedroom terraced house or a 3-bedroom terraced house. And interestingly, we're standing outside a 2-bed. Now, what I asked him was, what's more important to him? Was it capital growth? Was it rental yield? Or was it voids? And interestingly, he said that voids was his most important thing, then yield, then capital growth. And I said to him that probably the terraced houses, the 2-bedroom terraced houses at the north end of town, do offer a slightly better yield and are easier to rent, which means the voids, but the capital growth is not so great. Although interestingly, his friend was into capital growth, and I said south end 3-beds work quite well. So what I did is I sent him a couple of Rightmove links on a few properties that I spotted that were right up his street. If you've got any properties you want me to look at, send me them. Anyway, back to this one. This property behind me makes a cracking buy-to-let deal if you're looking for capital growth. Anyway, my name's Chris, link below, blah, blah, blah. What you're going to do, guys, boys and girls, is you are dropping into the conversation, and you'll have to type this out if you're doing it in written words, that landlords from a location in your town are sending you Rightmove links or picking your brain. You can't do it on all of them, but you can do it on some of them. Or I had a landlord who sent me a couple of Rightmove links. He was looking for low yield, good capital growth, so I told him to buy them in the Gunby Hill Foot, not the Barrowby Gate. They're just 2 areas in Grantham. And you just subtly drop that in. And what happens is, by doing that, it takes a good 6 months, but people have a fear of missing out. And if other people are sending them Rightmove links and picking brains, what you'll eventually do, you'll have to be patient at this. Eventually, people will start to send you Rightmove links saying, Chris, what do you think to these? And the only people that are going to send you Rightmove links are other landlords. Talk about fishing shooting fish in a barrel. It does take a good 5 or 6 months to do, but you've got to trust me on this one. If you stay at it, it's like standing outside, people see a queue, people will join the queue because they don't want to miss out. And it really screws up people's heads if you are giving something to somebody else and you're not getting it. It's a bit like if every one of your brothers and sisters got a Cadbury's cream egg and you didn't. People just don't like that. And if you're telling other people that they're getting a slice of you and they're not, they'll say, wow, I want some of that. And that's how you get landlords of opposition agents to send you Rightmove links, by subtly, after 5 or 6 months, and then only every 3 or 4 posts, subtly saying, this is what I'm doing, this is the advice I'm giving. I hope that helps. If you've got any problems or issues, give us a shout, and I can put you in the right direction. Thanks very much. Let's move on to the next video.